It means I've never made enough money to legally have to do taxes, and I'm 23.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, I made like if I can remember correctly, I think I made about 10,000 last year, working part-time for like close to minimum wage, like 3 to 4 days a week. I just wasn't like sick super often, and I got like same average amount of hours like every time. It was like 15 hours a week or something like that on average. It was always something like that. I guess that also there's no like income tax in Florida, which helps. So, like, you know. That's like the one thing about like working in Florida is that like you don't have income tax, which is like the only like positive thing I can really say about the state. Is like, you know, there's not a lot of positive things you can say about the state, but like no income tax is very, very, you know, very big of like a positive for me at least. It's like not even like it super affects me that much, or has for like most of my life, but it's just like something I keep thinking about. Like, wow, we really don't have to pay taxes on our income. Like, that is mad crazy.
If I'm ever mislabeled as an independent contractor, I am blowing that whistle.
What does that mean?
I'm like getting that whistleblower money from the IRS.
Like, what do you mean?
Well, because the employer is committing tax fraud if they're considering you independent contractor when you're not.
Oh. Why? What?
Like normally they would have to take money out of your wages, but if they're not, yeah, that means they're committing fraud considering you an independent contractor.
Oh, gotcha. So like, if
and
you're
that's like
actually employed, you're, you know, to the company, and you're not like being contracted to do stuff for them, then that means that they have to like take some money out for like benefits or something.
Yeah, to contribute to Social Security and for like health insurance,
okay,
whatever they legally have to do.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
And it is the most common form of employer fraud, is that. So like, you know,
Cool.
stay watchful, everyone watching this on YouTube.
Yeah, stay watchdogs.
Another thing employers like to do is if you get paid bi-weekly, they like to hide overtime by having you work more than 40 hours one week, but then the next week it's less than that, so the average comes out to less than 80, so they pretend no overtime happened when it totally did.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've always been paid like every week, like what's not like bi-weekly, but like just weekly, straight up weekly.
Yeah, alright.
What is it like, or have you ever been paid bi-weekly, I guess? Like, what is it?
I'd say like every job I've had has been bi-weekly.
Oh. And you've been able to like... Was that one of the things like you brought up in court?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, so...
I mean, like it doesn't like matter because like it wasn't like a lot. That wasn't like the biggest thing they were doing.
Yeah, but it was one of the things, so it was like on top
yeah.
of that. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I think one of my uncles, he's like in this big lawsuit with some football team, I think. I don't remember who exactly it is, but it was like in some big lawsuit with them over something, and like he's not allowed back at the stadium anymore. Or maybe he wasn't allowed back at the stadium after something that happened, and then he sued for it. I can't really remember. It's some story, some like family story that like you hear vaguely, and then like you remember, oh yeah, that's like something that kind of happened, and then you forget.
I am banned from like one business, and that's like the place I used to work at in soon.
Oh. So like you can't go back there to like.
I can't go back as a customer. Like if I wanted like take a date there, I guess we're not going to the spa. I have to tell you this story.
That would be a pretty funny, not funny, but like pretty cool story to tell though.
Let's go.
It would be, yeah.
Yeah, we can't go back here because
Okay,
I sued them and I won.
Yeah.
Wow, 0 to death.
Wow, that killed.
That eliminated.
Electroshock.
True. Electroshock is so much better than whatever the hell its other side B is called.
It's like upper dash arm. It's like such a lame name.
Electroshock is like raw though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you would not want to get caught getting hit by the electroshock. Let me see if there's something I can bring up as a conversation piece that's in my files.
Okay.
Oh, I'm missing 2 replays. For later users. Okay, let me grab those. Because that's very important.
See what do we have is.
Jump out the house, jump out the house, jump out the house, jump out the house. Okay, I needed that, and I need this. Alright, we did it. I remember I had to, in Spanish class in like 7th or 8th grade, everybody was assigned to like give a presentation on some like country in Latin America, and I think I ended up with Belize, which is like the only country in there that does not have Spanish as the official language. And I think that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that is noteworthy.
Yeah.
I did my project on Poland.
Did you contact Patat?
No, I didn't know. I was in high school, so I had no idea Patat existed at the time.
True enough. You should do the project again and just ask Patat and put anything that she says in there.
Yay.
Yeah, so the Germans invaded, and after that, we kind of, we do a little trolling, you know, and then I became Prime Minister, of course.
Whoa, that was a 9.
That was a 9. What country is Mr. Game & Watch from?
Is Mr. Game & Watch Japanese, like, nationality?
That's what I'm asking. Like, is he from Japan, or like, is he from another country, or does he just have like no nationality?
I mean, like in some, mini games, he's like in America, and there's like Native American caricatures around him. So like, I don't know, did he just go there, or like, is he live in America?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Has there been any official confirmation on what ethnicity Game & Watch is? Or do you think he's just like, you know, one of those like characters that's like supposed to be not from any particular...
And like, As remiss as some of you may hear, like, anime characters aren't necessarily Japanese because they were designed after cats. They're meant to look like cats. They're not meant to look like a Japanese person.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
You know, a lot of anime characters are like devoid of any nationality because they're just meant to look cute. That's it.
That's fair.
Unless, like, specifically in the story, they're a nationality.
Yeah.
In which case, yeah.
Dude, Game & Watch Nair is 0. And, like, it's been like that in this game and Ultimate, and it's just, you know, that move doesn't feel right. Thank you, Pit.
Game & Watch Forward Air and Ultimate is like plus 13.
Yeah? The bomb one?
Yeah. I mean, because, like, you drop a bomb and then, like, you're in no end lag and then there's a bomb.
And the bomb explodes later.
Yeah.
Do you like the old forward air or the bomb forward air better?
I mean, the bomb one is more unique, so I kind of like that better. But I'm sure, like, the Game & Watch players prefer, you know, just an actual forward air.
Well, I mean, also, like, having that forward air can be kind of useful in certain situations, because, like, you know, you can, like, set up traps and stuff, I imagine.
Yeah.
But, like, I would personally definitely 100% prefer to have the old credit card fare back.
Like, sometimes I wish Corrin just had, like, a normal, honest-to-goodness forward air, you know?
Yeah, that, like, sent outwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Pyra Mithra.
No complaints about that character.
Mithra up tilt is a very funny move.
They do their job.
Yeah. So, like, do Xenoblade characters have a nationality? Or are they just, like... Because, like, I know there's, like, Agnes and Kevis, but it's, like, that, like... you know, like... derived from, like, Japan or, like, Britain or America or whatever.
Okay, like, for Fire Emblem Fates, you know, that's obviously based off of, like, your Northern European versus Japanese, you know, that's the...
Yeah. That's what that is, obviously. Like, Xenoblade 3 in particular, it's like... Well, like, all the Xenoblade games, they'll have, like, some sort of, like, British-type accent, you know? Or, like, Commonwealth adjacent. Except for, like, Senna and...
I mean, Blades in general just speak American.
Yeah, well, Senna's not a Blade. She's just a straight-up person. You know,
She
blue hair,
design...
but... Like, fiery blue hair.
Yeah.
So she's, you know...
There was so much speculation before the game came out.
Xenoblade 3? On like...
Yeah. Like, oh, Senna's the daughter of Bridget because the flaming blue hair.
Oh. Were they thinking that, like, Mio was Nia's daughter or something?
Oh yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then Noah's, like, Chulk, too. Basically. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm not far enough into Xenoblade 3 right now. I mean, I've got, like, about... just under, like, 15 heroes. It's like Izzard, Alexandria, Xeon, Ethel, what's her face? Monica.
Oh yeah, the Australian.
Yeah. No Guernica. My dad. Yeah. She has a funny accent. I'm trying to remember. Teach? I also have Teach.
Yeah.
And then the freaking medic gunner guy with the robots. What's his face?
Valdi.
Yeah. Riku and Manana. I got the gun guy. Gray or whatever the hell, right? Is that his name?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. How many is that? Oh yeah. Also, what's her face from Colony 11? The like violent one.
That violent one.
Yeah, or like the one who like kills her own soldiers for fun.
Ashera?
Ashera.
Or
Yeah,
what?
Ashera.
Okay.
I think that's all I have. I can't remember anybody else that I have off the top of my head. And obviously Ethel isn't in the party right now because it's chapter 5. I've just got like the ship and stuff. And I have to go to wherever the hell, I think it's like Agnes Castle, right? I haven't gone there yet. I've been doing side quests for like 5 hours. Good. The side quests don't like disappear over time as you complete like story, right?
I know, Xenoblade's pretty good on that. They're always there no matter what.
Okay, good. That's like the one thing I'm like always scared about with RPGs is like if you don't complete stuff like by a certain point in the story, it'll just be gone for whatever reason.
If I like were to make a game, I'd make it the completionist friendly. Nothing's ever gonna go away.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's good to have like a post-game sort of thing where you can, you know, take some time to just like finish up quests that you haven't finished. That too. It's like Persona doesn't usually do that from the best of my knowledge because it's like the story just ends after like a year. So it's like anything you didn't like max out in like the social ranks and whatever is just done.
Alright, first of the month we're doing a palace.
Yeah, true. That's what I do all the time. That's what I was doing with the Kanji Palace, and that's why I was so upset when I lost all my freaking like time in that palace. But also on the other hand, I figured out that I didn't give Yukiko any armor or anything, or like any weapons, any armor, so she was a bit weaker than all the other characters. So when I go back and do that again, I guess I'll give Yukiko some armor and stuff, and she'll, you know, work as intended. You know what's annoying in like the earlier Personas before 5 that doesn't happen in 5 specifically? In like 5, if you make an attack and like it misses, then it's like, you know, hey, whatever, no big deal. But like if you attack with like a unit that attacks with like a physical weapon and they have to like swing it or whatever, it's like Junpei has like a sword in Persona 3 and like Chie, like, she kicks and stuff in Persona 4, and it's like, if they miss, then, like, they can, like, fall over, and they, like, become weak to an... It's like they got knocked over from, like, you know, getting hit with, like, a elemental attack that's, like, powerful against them. But, like, it doesn't actually, like, do damage. It's just they get knocked over for whatever reason, and that's, like, super annoying. It can also happen to enemies, too, though, which is kind of like what like offsets it is like, you know, like this is annoying that it happens to your party, but like on the other hand, enemies if they miss can sometimes just give you a free like one more for like your all-out attacks and stuff, which is especially important in 3 and 4 because you need to do all-out attacks in order to do shuffle time and get like personas and a bunch of other stuff after battle. It's like, comparative to, like, 5, I'm realizing that 3 and 4 are actually, like, kind of different games in, like, a bunch of aspects. Like, they share the core DNA of, like, Persona and all that stuff. But, like, you know, 5 was my first game, and it has a lot more quality of life improvements that, like, just make the game a bit more enjoyable. It's, like, not to say, like, 4 and 3 haven't, like, aged, like... They have aged, but it's not like super poorly or anything. They're still very solid games. It's just, you know, compared to 5, there's a lot more like stuff that's just like user friendly and all of that in 5 that just isn't there in the older games. That's kind of how I feel with like some specific games, you know, like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl is one that I turn to all the time, where it's like, the game made a lot of improvements in a lot of areas, and like, it's, like, overall, a very, very good, like, Pokemon game, but like, it just doesn't have, like, it still feels very modern in the context of, like, the rest of the Pokemon franchise, compared to, like, the first 3 gens, where, like, you know, you don't have the physical special split, and, like, you don't have a bunch of, like, little things to do on like the Game Boy and stuff, but like with the DS you have all these little mini games and everything, and like, you know, contests and like all the side content, stuff like that, but like it still feels kind of behind in like comparison to like stuff like Gen 5 and onwards. Because like it's just not quite there. Like it has all the DNA of like these really good like improvements and stuff to the series, but it just doesn't have it perfectly figured out yet, if that makes sense.
Yes, that it makes sense.
Alright, so now it's your turn. Go yap about something.
Like I'm not doing a persona.
That's fair.
What do I spend? How do I pass the time?
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. You know what? I did complete. Let's see. I completed Black Flag, Rogue, and Syndicate. I think those are the 3 I 100%ed.
Yeah.
I guess I can talk about like what's annoying to 100%, like for each.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, at Syndicate, I think the most annoying thing is like the perks, cause like there's different things you need to do. Well, you don't need to do it. All of it's optional. Well, there's certain things like you need to steal 50 police carriages, or like you need to like dodge, which you need to kill like 15 messengers before they like trigger an alarm or something. But very specific things you need to do in combat. I don't like the combat in Syndicate because like you have to like weaken them before you like do your finisher. So it's not like a typical.
Can't it's not like where, you know, in like Brotherhood you like kill an enemy and then you can turn around and kill another enemy really quickly.
Yeah, you have to like if you're fighting a group of people, like you have to focus on one, and then when they're low on health, you have to move on to another one, and like try not to get hit by anybody, and then once you have 4 people that are all like low on health, you can do like your big old finisher, and that counts as credits for your perk system.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, I wish it was just like normal combat. Like you just reduce someone to 0 and that's that. There's no like combos or anything.
Yeah.
See what else? What did I have most trouble with? No, it's like so yeah, Evie is just objectively a stronger character than Jacob.
How so?
Because like they both get their own unique skills, right? That what sets them apart. Like what Jacob gets is like, oh, my punches like do 10% more damage, and like I have like 10% more health. But like Evie, like straight up just turns invisible. It's like she's just objectively, and she gets like she's twice as stealthy as Jacob. It's like she's just objectively just a better character to play as. Cause like ideally you should never enter open direct combat, so like the buffs Jacob gets are really kind of irrelevant because no matter how powerful an enemy is, they always die to one assassin blade.